everybody. Thanks for jumping back on here.
Hey guys, it's Brandon. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, we got a lot of stuff to talk about. We got a guest of ours, one Jeremy Tiny Norton.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
Hey,
Thanks for coming on.
Yeah, thank you.
For having me.
So Jeremy, let's just go on and let's talk. You are now retired.
I've been retired for 8 years.
Wait, do you have any wants to get back in the cage?
I would get in the cage for one person only, and his name is Sean McCorkle.
Sean McCorkle. Now, who's he?
He's actually, that was my first loss. Went split decision. We were fighting on a New Year's Eve bash. His brother owned Legends of Fighting. He was undefeated. I was undefeated. And we went 3 5-minute rounds for the title. Sorry, excuse me. It was 5 5-minute rounds. He left on a stretcher. I stood there in the middle of the cage with my arms up in the air, and they gave him a split decision. And that's where my career really started.
Gotcha.
Would you say that he was your toughest opponent?
Oh, no. My toughest opponent would be a guy named Darryl Wise. He's from Ohio. They called him the Louisville Slugger. He's a big old Somalian boy. He walked around about 345, 6'2", and he was just a brick house. He actually picked me up and put me on my head 3 different times in the cage.
Jeez.
And there's a lot of pictures out there online after that fight. I looked like I was deformed.
Well, that's normal, though, for you, right?
Yeah. That falls in like the Davenports, you know?
I know, right? Hey, I could rib him a little bit. He is, my relation on my mom's side.
Hey, you're not supposed to tell people that.
Oh, yeah, I know, right?
Was that the worst injury that you suffered in the ring?
Oh, no. I've had multiple. I had shoulder surgery. I ripped my shoulder out of a socket and ripped all the muscles in the back of it when I was fighting Leo Sylvestre on HDNet TV. I had him side mount and went to throw an elbow, and he moved his hand into my shoulder all the way out. So, yeah, that ended up with 5 screws in my shoulder.
Dear God.
But I loved every second of it.
Now, let me ask you this, Jeremy. As far as, within sports nowadays and everything, especially football, you have all your concussion injuries. They're, going safe, all that stuff. Obviously, you got hit in the head quite a bit. Do you see any, or do you feel like you have any repercussions from fighting?
There's times that when you're talking, you'll say something and it's a slur. I don't know if that's just me being me or if that's from fighting. But I'd say repercussions from fighting, very minor. But I know I had multiple concussions. Heck, I woke up in the mornings with blood coming out of my ears and my head stuck to the pillow.
Oh, my God.
I give you credit,
but
man.
With the football players, you got to think, though, with their helmets, a helmet to helmet, that's like a hammer to a hammer. And, with the fist to the head, there's actually cushion there. But when you got helmets, you got 2 hammers, then you got your cushion, then your head. You're going to get a full force effect to your head. So I feel for a lot of the football players. I wouldn't want to get hit like that.
Coming from a guy that got hit in a cage.
Yeah, I use my out as a, blocking pad.
Yeah, I get you. So, okay, I'm looking at your career or your stats here, and correct me if I'm wrong. Please do. It says 14 wins, 6 losses.
No, those are the MMA that's amateurs. My final record was 26-5-1. I got 5 belts.
Now, who all did you fight for?
Legends of Fighting, Elite Cage Fighting, Showtime. I was actually on Showtime. Elite XC. Oh, man. Who else? Cage Rage. king of the cage. That's about it.
Gotcha.
Hey, I was wanting to know, did you have any like maybe pre-fight rituals or like a routine that you would get into maybe before each fight?
Well, my biggest routine was everybody knew, they're like, man, he's such a nice guy, and when he gets in the cage, it's when that cage door shuts, it's just like a switch gets turned. Well, for me, my ritual was I sit back in the back, I put a big old chew in, don't listen to headphones, nothing like that, and my cornerman would always, try to keep people away from me because I was pretty quiet. A lot of people said I was a dick, but
I can vouch.
yeah.
I had to throw that in.
But no, really a ritual. Just a lot of thinking because you got to think that guy's training to kick your butt. You're training to kick his butt. So you're preparing for a war. And with me, when I was fighting, I was doing that for a career. That was my paycheck. So that's how I survived.
Hey, I got a question for you, Jeremy.
Yeah.
Is there anybody that you fought, or let me rephrase this, anybody that you wanted to fight that you didn't get to fight? Not necessarily, they don't have to be pros, but...
Butterbean.
Butterbean?
Yep. I actually signed to fight him in Ohio Fight Fest, but that was right after my shoulder surgery, and I couldn't do it. But yeah, I was dying to fight Butterbean.
Huh.
That would be crazy.
That would have been great.
Oh, the contract was there, it was signed, and I couldn't do it because I just had surgery.
Now, would you guys have fought in a boxing ring?
Yeah, in a cage.
Oh, okay.
He's actually, you got Butterbean and you got his son Lima Bean. And, yeah, they're both actually cage fighters, and his boxing career was one punch and done type, thrower, Butterbean.
Right.
Well, if I was going to fight him, I was taking him straight to the ground because he got on the ground, he couldn't do anything, he couldn't move. And I just wanted to side mount him and just bash his head in, but I didn't get the chance.
Now, you were going to, correct me if I'm wrong, there was something to do with Kimbo Slice when he was fighting. Were you a part of it or something?
Oh, I actually ate dinner with Kimbo Slice. When he fought on Showtime, Elite XC, we were up north and got to have dinner with him, Jeremy Lawler, and a couple other guys. And Kimbo Slice was one of the nicest guys I've ever talked to.
Really?
Oh yeah, his show and the fight, it was a lot of just show. And I couldn't believe, because his career started on the internet.
Yeah.
In the people's yards. I was like, man, that dude's a thug. Well, he was far from it. He was a nice guy.
He's such an imposing figure.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was huge. It wasn't like he was, just like a smaller, ripped guy. I mean, that dude was huge.
Yeah, he was a big boy. He was a big boy.
Could you have taken him?
I think I could have stood with him. I'm not saying I would have beat him, but I think I would have had a pretty good chance.
The confidence that you would have to have just to get in the ring with him is amazing. So I got to hand it to you, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's a thing. It's when the cage doors would close. Like I said, I didn't just jump in and fight right off the streets. There was a lot of training. When I was doing it professionally, we were training twice a day, and that was every day. And, my retirement fight, I didn't train for like 2 months, and I just went in the gym real quick, like 2 weeks before the fight, and I was like, okay, it's my retirement fight. I'll just, I could tell it right when I got in the cage. It was still.
I'm sure. I mean, because you gotta. I mean, even if in the bigger weight classes, you kind of gotta keep in shape. You know what I mean? Keep practicing.
Oh yeah, well, your cardio was your biggest thing. Weightlifting, cage fighting was only like 3% of my workout. My biggest thing was cardio because you got to think I'm carrying around 350 pounds in a cage, and there's sometimes we're fighting 25 minutes.
Sure.
Well, you got to think your street fight lasts less than a minute, and look how gassed out people are.
Right.
So do you follow MMA very much now?
Yes and no. There's times that, like a big fight, I want to see, I'll go watch it, but no, I don't watch it every night and get on there and watch the MMA Prime and all that. It's just, if I watch a lot of it, it makes me want to get back in there.
All right. Well, Brandon, what else do you have?
I was just kind of curious if you'd ever thought about maybe have you ever thought about boxing or maybe even like wrestling?
Yeah, well, I wrestled prior to cage fighting. I had 8 years Greco-Roman freestyle wrestling, and wrestling, yeah, it's fun. Boxing, yes, I thought about it afterwards, but my biggest problem is I'm a dirty boxer, and I'd see a lot of points getting taken away from me because I like to grab the back of the head, throw the uppercut. You can't do that in boxing. It'd be hard for me to break.
It would be funny to see.
Brian Veach, he was an MMA fighter from Crawfordsville.
Yeah.
It was when we fought at the Conseco Fieldhouse, and that was a big, hype fight because Brian was undefeated, and he was a big-time boxer, and I actually went into that fight as an underdog, and I ended up fighting him twice and beating him both times. I thought that was pretty funny because he was a pro boxer at one time.
Yeah, that has to be pretty good to put on, your resume of your career.
Yeah, with him, he was a local boy, so that made it even better.
Well, hey, we got to wrap this up and everything, but I have one more question for you.
What's that?
Out of everything, would you go back and do it again?
I would only go back and do it for that one fight, and that would be with Sean McCorkle.
How much
that would
money?
be the only.
Would you do it for free?
Nothing in this world's free anymore, but I would do it pretty cheap. I would do it pretty cheap, and I've told everybody that would be the only person I'd go out of retirement for to fight.
Sure.
So, because his career, he fought in the UFC. But he had a lot of stuff handed over to him, and I've never had nothing just handed to me like him.
Sure.
I always.
Well, again, Jeremy, I appreciate you coming on and chatting with us and stuff. And I'm always down to have you on. So, if you want to get on and talk some, feel free to get a hold of me.
Yeah, we can talk about some football or something sometime. How about them Raiders? And
how about them Bears?
No, I'm a Jacksonville fan. Come on.
Jeez. Well, hey, Jeremy, I appreciate you coming on, and we'll definitely get back with you and get you back on here.
Yes, thanks.
Have a good night.
Hey, you too, buddy.
You too.
All right. Yeah, thank you, Jeremy, for coming on. That's pretty cool.
I smell a Davenport Sports fight night.
I tell you what, I guarantee you, if Jeremy needs to get back in the cage, we could somehow help sponsor it. We can cover it.
No, we make that fight happen.
You down?
The rematch, yes.
It's okay. We'll get on it tomorrow. Why not?
Yeah, I'm not joking. We gotta get a hold of that guy.
Yeah, we'll get on it tomorrow. But tonight we got a lot to talk about.
Woo!
I was going to talk about the Super Bowl, but it's one of them things where some stuff just recently broke, and I don't know. I'm kind of flabbergasted.
Well, I'll tell you what. The Josh McDaniels news is what we're talking about, folks.
Yeah.
And I tell you, what we were talking about, Neil Garrett posted what we were going to talk about. He put, does this mean Billy B is out in a year or two and the Pats are grooming his replacement?
It's got to be.
He knows something that we don't. Belichick is put in a timeline of next year or 2020, and that's it. Right?
Here's my question. I'm wondering if something else hasn't happened. I'm kind of on that, but they should have known Belichick would probably be on the outs 12 hours ago.
Yeah, and with all the emotions are running high in New England. Even with Gronk saying, he doesn't know if he's coming back. It's on. Everybody's running on raw emotion in New England right now.
Well, okay. Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. They lost the Super Bowl. And, it seems like they've hit the panic button in New England. They just lost in the Super Bowl. And it wasn't a blowout. This team can go back and do it next year.
Oh, absolutely.
And what I want to push back. What has changed maybe on the Indianapolis side that made him change his mind?
He was all but he was, as of noon today. It was on the Colts Twitter welcoming Josh McDaniels.
Yeah, it was official. It was like, he's coming. He'll be here tomorrow, press conference, all that. And we're getting ready for the show. And guess what happens?
Okay, so who in their right mind is going to want to come to Indy now, knowing that you weren't even their first choice? You were like their third or fourth choice, whoever they find now.
Yeah, I agree.
They were all in.
Here's the thing, and we kind of touched on this, and I wanted to save it for this. To me, here's the thing. I was kind of on the one side of the fence, like McDaniels just fucked up his possible ever head coaching career.
Right.
The reason why I said that was, now, if there's a possibility, let's say Belichick does it, you know what I mean? Or maybe they go a different direction come that time. Because shit could always change.
Right. I disagree, though. I don't think Josh McDaniels screwed up his coaching career. I think he knows something we don't.
Now, is it Andrew Luck's not ever coming back, or he's not going to be back this season? Or is it Belichick's retiring?
Like I said, I don't know. We can only speculate at this point. Obviously, I feel like him doing that means he's going to inherit the New England Patriots job.
Yeah, you would think.
Because then Tom Brady, we've been debating whether if Belichick's not there, will Tom Brady stay? If Josh McDaniels is there, I think Brady would stay.
Yeah.
Where does this leave Indy?
What's that?
Where does this leave Indianapolis? Where do the...
The only thing in my mind that could resurrect or put this totally behind them is they're going to have to get a big name. Look, there's no big names out there. There's none. The only one, and this is going to sound totally crazy, they need to reach out to Peyton Manning. Right or wrong, say, look, we just got screwed over. You know what I mean? They're hurting. That name, people's going to be like, all right, you know what I mean? You got to save face some. You know what I mean?
I just feel like they didn't have anything lined up. Like, this was it.
Oh, it was, without a doubt.
And this, I don't...
Because everybody else that they interviewed has coaching somewhere.
This is like the biggest news, I think. This trumps the Super Bowl to me.
Yeah, it's... Yeah, I don't know. I was, like I said, we were getting ready for the show. That came across, and I was just like, you got to be kidding me.
I was in shock. And I'm not a Colts fan. So how are Colts fans reacting?
Oh, Colts Nation has to be freaking out right now.
They have to be furious.
There's going to be an even more hatred for the New England Patriots.
Yeah, I never thought it could get any more heated, but it just did. This is just crazy.
Dude, okay, I ate some sushi before the show, okay?
All right.
I'm sitting there It's up on the, McDaniels coming, all this stuff, okay? Colts fans are like, yeah, this is going to be great. This is going to be awesome. And then this happens. I mean, now let's move it to where we are. We're Oakland fans, okay? Could you imagine Gruden's coming, then at the last minute, less than 24 hours from the press conference, hey, I'm staying with Monday Night Football.
I like I said, I'm not even a Colts fan, and I'm in absolute shock. I can't believe it.
Yeah, what? Ballard should have had something. Maybe they do. Maybe they've interviewed someone we don't know. You know what I mean?
Dude, there's no way. They're scrambling right now. This was the guy. They announced him as head coach. This looks so fucking bad for Indianapolis
Without a doubt.
as an organization.
Without a doubt. They can't even... Wait, let me ask you this. I can't think off the top of my head, but who would be the last coach that pulled this?
If I'm trying to think of somebody, Bill Belichick.
Yeah.
When he went in to do, I know I did it on This Day in Sports, when he did one day in, I think the Jets, was it?
Yeah.
He was there one day, and at the press conference to announce him as coach, he resigned. And then took a job at New England like 2 months later.
This is, and I'm not comparing him by all means, but this is almost Lane Kiffin-ish.
It is.
I mean, whether he knew something more within the Patriots organization or not, I mean, it just looks bad.
They had to have phone conversations. He had to have verbal agreements. I am just, it makes the Colts front office look so weak.
Yeah.
But there's something, I feel like he almost had to be in Indy.
Yeah, that or he was heading out in the morning.
Right. I mean, it just, dude, I don't get shocked at much, and I am shocked.
So, okay. And I'm not conspiracy theoring here, okay?
All right.
Did they? You don't think Belichick was like, yeah, goes? I mean, because the Colts aren't nothing right now, but kind of go with it and see where Luck's at, because obviously he's getting info on Luck.
I guess. I mean, I don't know. It's a big fuck you. I know that.
Yeah,
I'm shocked.
So, yeah, okay, who do the Colts get? I mean, Manning's the only one, right? You could get to save grace.
Yeah, but I don't see that happening.
I don't either.
I mean, yeah, of course, if they got Manning, it would fix everything. But, dude, he's not even really in the discussion, like not serious discussions anyway. Dude, it's going to be crazy to see who they get.
Either you're getting, I don't know. I mean,
Jim Caldwell, going to take him back?
What else do they have?
Fucking Chuck Pagano sitting at home, glass of scotch, puffing on a fucking cigar, laughing right now.
Oh, I know. He is. This is the ultimate karma for him. You know what I mean? That Colts organization.
Dude, I can't get over this.
Because, like I said before, I was a firm believer that it wasn't on Pagano. I don't think... Let me rephrase this. I don't think it was all on Pagano.
I mean, they just had to find it. They had the whip had to come down on somebody.
Yeah,
that's how I've seen it. And he was the guy that was gonna hit the guillotine. But dude, this Is Luck not? Well, I have to lean towards he's going to inherit the Pats, but there's like that 25% chance that Luck is fucked.
Yeah.
Like he's going to go there and coach Tom Brady's backup, Brissett, all season, and he's like, "Well, fuck that."
Yeah, I mean, there's got to be something. I think it's more on the Colts end than the New England end. It's gotta be.
And Patricia left. He's like all but locked up with the. I mean, he's in Detroit, and it was all but set in stone, dude. Press conference Wednesday, and my God, I don't even know off the top of my head who's available. Like what coaches are available.
Well, just to keep you updated, all right.
Okay.
First of all, Indianapolis Colts Twitter. They still have the. We are excited to welcome Josh McDaniels, who has agreed to terms to our new head coach press conference scheduled for Wednesday. They got to be stunned. Like your heart, if you're Chris Ballard, your heart sank.
Yeah, and if this is all like a ruse and this was misinformation, then fucking whoever broke this needs to be fired.
Yeah, I mean, Adam Schefter on ESPN broke it. And again, I guess before we need to rein the horses in a little bit. It's per sources.
Correct.
For all we know, McDaniels is like, what the fuck? You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I don't think Indianapolis is going to do any damage control tonight. I think that'll all be tomorrow. I think by lunch tomorrow, everything will be brought to light. What the hell happened?
But I'm telling you right now, Ballard or Irsay, mainly Irsay, is probably on the phone right now calling a Papa John's restaurant and asking for Peyton Manning.
Will you come and coach for us?
Exactly. He's got to, for this organization to save face on everything. Okay, it's got to be Manning. Like you can't bring in like a Division III coach. You can't even bring in Hardball. Like they'd be like, man, you know what I mean? Like, granted, Hardball's not even in the consideration. He's up in Michigan.
Right, that's what I mean. All big names are out.
So their best bet right now is, even if it's just one year deal, say, look, Peyton, we need you. As much as, you know what I mean, as great as he did for that organization and everything, they need him right now.
I think it's a pipe dream, though.
Oh, without a doubt, it is. I'm not saying that, but you got to. I mean, you got to try.
I know what you mean. That's because if they're gonna go get, dude, whoever they go get is not gonna be the guy.
No.
They already had their guy.
Exactly.
And they sat on their hands and watched the Super Bowl, and I'm stunned. It boggled my mind.
I am totally. I don't even know what to think. Again, I think this is a bad. We're going to agree to disagree on this, okay?
Okay.
But I think it looks insanely bad on McDaniels. Again, whether he knows stuff or whatever, because now if let's say Belichick retires in a year or two, all right, and let's say he don't do the standard in New England, and they let him go. Everybody's going to think about. Look at Lane Kiffin. What the shit he did. You know what I mean? Until he is, even if he's in that locker room with the guys, I would still wonder if he's going to leave.
Yeah, I mean, to some, I agree with you to some extent. It looks bad because I feel like McDaniels had to have agreed verbally, or you know what I mean? He hadn't put ink to paper yet, but he had to have agreed to this job.
Exactly.
So for him to turn it down, yeah, I think it does make him look a little bad. But he turned down becoming a plumber. You know what I mean? He turned down who wants to fucking go to Indianapolis? You know what I mean? I mean, he's inheriting a shithole team, the Haiti Colts. Stay in New England. He knows something. He knows something we don't. He's going to inherit. What franchise would you rather inherit?
No, I totally agree. It's just from a business standpoint, man. I wish him the best. I hope everything works out. Because if not, I don't think a team's going to take him up.
I don't think he was fucking head coach material anyway. I mean,
No,
I thought it was a really good fit. But
Yeah.
I'm shocked.
I mean, he's worked with Brady. You know what I mean? He's ran an awesome offense. With a healthy luck, Indy could have done something if they got some pieces on the offensive end. But yeah, it's shocking. Like I couldn't believe it.
I just think New England has said, look, Belichick's, contemplating his future, and the job is yours if you stay. And I think he chose the prom queen over the nerd,
There's a report why Josh McDaniels decided to stay with the Patriots. One said to stay sparked speculation that perhaps Bill Belichick's tenure is about to end, but they're saying otherwise. I mean, he's not leaving. He said family considerations and fondness for the Patriots began to grow in the recent days.
This is a guy that left the organization for 2 seasons to coach the Broncos.
Yeah.
That sounds like all a bunch of bullshit.
Again, until we hear something official, I guess we could sit here and speculate. But until he says why, and I don't even know if I'll believe it.
Right.
The Colts have to get paid money. That's all I'm saying.
I don't know who's out there that's worth a damn. That they can't save face. That would be, they'd have to get Peyton Manning. That's the only way they could save face.
Exactly. And again, it's a pipe dream, but I'd be throwing some serious cash at him.
They've got to do something, and I feel like they're going to go and get some rejected coach. And, dude, this is crazy.
Let me ask this. Has Del Rio been picked up?
Yes, he is. Damn it. I forget where he is. But, he's like a defensive coordinator or something already.
I was going to say the Giants.
That sounds right.
Yeah, now that I mention it. I mean, that's really your only...
What coaches got fired? Jim Caldwell's the only one that's come to mind. And they're not going to have him back. What about the dude that got fired in Denver?
Oh, hell, what's his name?
Old man Withers.
I know.
It's off the top of my head. I'm trying to rattle off who would. Dude, if they get the Giants coach they fired, oh my God.
Oh, yeah, I know who you're talking about. I know exactly what you're talking about. Could you see John Fox, maybe?
Right, John Fox. That's who I was thinking of, was the Bears coach, John Fox.
Yeah.
Not Denver. Yeah. That's who I was thinking of. Like, I'm trying to think of people, and the only ones coming to mind are the couple that got fired. There's nothing out there.
The only really big names you got are Jeff Fisher and John Fox.
Jeff Fisher would be a nice fit.
Yeah. Hey, Jeremy they need to get Bruce Arians. He ain't coming back. He ain't coming back.
They have a better shot at getting Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, I know. Batman.
Bruce Campbell.
I don't know. I mean, again,
where do you go from here? If you're the Colts, where do you go?
You go.
Go ahead. Sorry.
No. I was just talking to myself here. I mean, you either go for the home run and go Manning. You have to. That's the only thing. That's the only way to save some sort of. Because look, they're gonna say, well, New England screwed us. We're bringing back, Manning. He'll bring a competition. You know what I mean? A level of competition within the organization. But you're out of the other one. I mean, you gotta go Fisher or Fox. You have to.
Yeah, maybe they should just put Manning's statue on the inside of the sidelines. Just put a headset on it.
Yeah,
maybe nobody will notice.
Exactly. Well, good job, buddy. you got it, Peyton.
Damn.
Yeah. Again, I feel for the organization because could you imagine if that would have been how the Gruden thing went down?
Oh, I know. Or I think they could be due, but wouldn't that be something if the Pats played the Colts?
I don't know. Let me look.
Oh my God! If it's at Lucas Oil Stadium, holy shit!
2018 NFL schedule.
Schedule. I don't even think it would be. How? I mean, maybe a diehard.
At New England.
He lucked out.
Yeah. But they'll be going.
Man.
Oh, wait a minute here. Wait a minute. Colts are playing the Raiders in Oakland. They should be playing them here in Indy.
Yeah, that has to be last year's schedule then.
Well, it says times to be determined.
Huh. Yeah, because they played. They would have been due. They were in Oakland last, so they'd be due to be in Indy. That's the Derek Carr fucking breakage.
Yeah, because I already have my tickets. I don't really, but you know what I mean.
Oh my God.
It's gotta be. It's gotta be. Yeah, it's gotta be. You gotta have Peyton, right?
Oh my God. Maybe Nick Nolte. He can blue chips. I am so lost. I've never really, like when Belichick did it, it was kind of like football was still just growing in magnitude. And so this is the first time that I've been old enough to be like, holy shit, this is just like you got to hate McDaniels for it if you're an Indianapolis fan or a fan of good business.
Yeah. I don't know, man. It's a fishy deal. And the truth's going to come out.
Yeah, it's like, I hate when people are like, yeah, hey, this Saturday, let's go out. I'll be there at 8. And they don't show. Dude, I'm old enough now. I don't even fucking talk to them people anymore. If you can't fucking be somewhere when you say you're going to be somewhere, fuck you. Exactly. Could you imagine? This is like, I'm just shocked. This is crazy.
Hey, Jeremy said, what about Tony Romo?
Oh my God.
Could you imagine?
I can only imagine.
Okay, let's move on. Because we're just going to go around this
yeah.
Of that. But get Manning. Let's talk the Super Bowl.
Yes.
New England lost.
To Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Philadelphia.
Okay, Foles. Does he come back next year?
Yes. Foles stays in Philadelphia, in Pennsylvania.
Does he start?
No, he does not. But he's humble. He's been through the merry-go-round that is the quarterback in the NFL. He's been hot. He's been traded. He's been benched. He's like his whole plan has come to fruition again, and now I think he stays. What do you think?
I think he'll want to stay, but I think I read somewhere that he has 1 year left on his contract. That I could see him making a trade for some picks or something.
I just feel like he seems like the type of guy that he just comes off as really humble and grateful, and I think he'll stay, and I think he'll be okay.
I have
to be the backup.
I have no doubts he would want to stay. My doubts is with that office. You know what I mean? Are they seeing, well, right now he's coming off a Super Bowl win. What can we get out of him?
Yeah, but he's Super Bowl MVP.
Exactly. So it's kind of like, I mean, your best case scenario with him staying, if Wentz comes out and loses the first couple games, I guarantee it by third. You know what I mean?
I mean, all praises go to, the quarterbacks and everybody like that. But, man, Doug Peterson, the coach of Philadelphia, he has got to be the gutsiest coach when it comes to play calling in the NFL.
Oh, without a doubt.
The stupid play they ran where they threw it to Tom Brady and he didn't get there. First of all, he looked old as hell.
Yeah.
Second of all, if you watch the play, if Brady would have caught that ball, he's got, 30 yards to go to the end zone. He's got open field. He's going to get hammered. That's not a play you run there.
No.
So they take that play, and Doug Peterson says, I'll show you how to run that play. They run it on the fucking goal line, and they get a touchdown.
Exactly. Yeah, he by far, I mean, Peterson, he's got a set of balls. He does. I mean,
they're
to
juicy.
to do it against the Patriots of all teams.
Right. I feel like he's the first. I know that the Pats have lost in the Super Bowl, but I feel like Belichick has never been outcoached, and I feel like Doug Peterson outcoached him.
I would agree with you. I would agree with you. Here, I looked right at my wife right after the game, and they were all pissed and stuff. The Patriots, people bitching about that. Here's the thing: people are the Patriots are down right now. They just lost. I would hate to be every single NFL team that they play next year.
Yeah, I mean, they always come back stronger. I mean, Edelman was hurt all year. I think the whole Gronk thing is getting blown out of proportion a little bit.
Yeah, he just lost to the Super Bowl.
He's not the most mature dude on the fucking planet.
Exactly.
So it's not the right time to ask him. He's a immature fucking super stud. Okay, he's a great fucking player, but his maturity level is fucking ridiculous, and he was pouting, and that's not the time to ask that question.
No, I'm on board with you there. And that whole like you said, there's so much turmoil within that organization right now. Emotional shit, and it's just like, come on, guys. You know what I mean?
Right. I got to ask you something. What was the deal with this catch rule that's gotten so out of control?
All right. Go on and finish.
They had the one play in the back of the end zone where he, I guess, bobbled it. And then they had the play where I think it was Zach Ertz, where he dove across the line and the ball bobbled and flew up in the air and he recaught it. To me, those were both catches, without a doubt.
Here's the thing. From what I understand, they're supposed to be addressing all this. You have to have full control of the ball before you hit the ground. The ground can't help you catch the ball. Okay?
Correct. Correct.
They're supposed to make it pretty much black and white. Here's the thing. If it's in your hand and you have both hands on it and you go down, okay, to me you're down. You've caught the ball. You know, they look at, well, did the ground help? Well, great, the ground's there. It was a part of the playing field.
Right, and both plays were in the Ertz play was in the end zone.
Exactly.
That's a touchdown.
Oh, without a doubt. But
Collinsworth had it going the other way.
I think the NFL has too many rules to consider what a catch is. It's pretty fucking simple, guys. You catch the ball, your feet are on the ground, guess what? That's touchdown. If I have possession of that ball, both hands on it, okay? Or if I have it and it's in my arm, but the ground makes me lose possession, that's a touchdown. I mean, right?
Yeah, Chris Collinsworth and Al Michaels, on the first one where the guy kind of tucked the ball back a little bit, that one might have been maybe questionable, still touchdown. But the Zach Ertz one, they were like positive it was going to get overturned.
Yeah.
But who was there? Gene Steratore, so who knows?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Paperboy.
They need to address it. They need to address it quick, get it done and over with. Tell me what a touchdown is.
It's gotten out of hand with everything. It's just replaying every score and redoing. You got officials out there. You pay them good enough money. They should be fine. Just call the damn game.
Let me ask you this. Is instant replay and everything, has it hurt or made the game better?
I think it's hurt, and I'd tell you, I'm not going to get far, but the NBA with the replay, it fucking slows the game down, and you're hiring officials to make a call, and I think 99% of the time they get it right anyway. Yeah.
Major League Baseball, they kind of veer away from it. They do a little bit, but they don't want to risk the integrity of the game.
Okay. This is serious. You have to remember, I'm talking out loud here. We need to get XFL's looking for fucking pointers. No replays.
Yes. No replays.
From Davenport Sports, we need to shoot them a fucking email or something. Don't have replays.
Yeah, I'm down.
No challenges, no nothing. Just fucking play football.
I will get an email sent tomorrow.
Pay the refs to call the game. You got faith in your officials? No replays. He wants a fast game. Little to no halftime. No fucking replays.
I like it. Man, we're gonna be busy this year trying to get a cage.
We got fights.
Set up. Yeah, we got fights. We're pretty much working for Vince McMahon now.
Right? Yeah. Or wait, Alpha Entertainment.
Yes, Alpha Entertainment. You can find that on Pornhub too.
X and XX.
Yeah, I'll shoot an email. I mean, because it's true. And shit like that's going to help that brand.
Yeah.
So.
Well, okay. Can I ask you real quick though? What did you make of the whole Malcolm Butler situation with him not playing and him like freaking crying on the sidelines before the game? Dude, he played the most defensive snaps for the Patriots this season.
I mean, what I'm hearing, I'm kind of hearing there's discipline shit that happened. I don't know. I don't know the facts. I don't have the facts in front of me. But Belichick, he made a decision, and that's what you go with. I understand he played the whole season, but there's a reason why Belichick wants to win that game. So there had to been a pretty damn good reason why Malcolm Butler didn't play.
Yeah, a part of me thinks that it's probably yes. A part of me thinks that that's very, very true. The other part of me thinks Bill Belichick was flexing his look how smart I am and look what I'm going to do and look how we're going to win, and you know what I mean. He's got that mentality of we don't need you. I can adjust. We'll make it happen. Because I would have played him. I don't care. It's Super Bowl.
Yeah, exactly. But here's the thing. But with that being said, I mean, he's done shit like this before, to an extent. I mean, where do you draw the line with it? I mean, it's the Super Bowl.
Right. I don't know.
Yeah, I need more facts with the whole story. I haven't seen any more facts. So, it's interesting.
Sorry, I'm here.
Oh, you're fine. You're fine.
I kind of went out for a second. Well, I was like looking at whenever I go to Facebook to look at the comments, it like has a hiccup.
Gotcha. So, but no, like I said, it's what it is. So, but
all right. What did you think of Timberlake? Honestly,
it sucked, dude. I didn't like it.
Yeah, regardless of mic issues or anything, right? It just sucked.
Yeah, like I wasn't entertained. You know, usually I can like be like, all right, it's Justin Timberlake. You know, like Lady Gaga, that was entertaining. I'm not a Lady Gaga fan.
Right. He seems like, to me, Justin Timberlake seems like semi-retired. You know what I mean? Like, he doesn't really tour or...
That halftime show, usually there's always, like, special guests. And the Prince thing was the only thing really... You know what I mean? No one came out and sang with him and shit. And it just seemed very bland.
Right. I agree.
That's just my 2 cents, though.
Yeah, that's good. He also dressed like Negan from The Walking Dead.
Yeah. Well, he had a camo suit on.
Yeah, I'm going to post a picture in the comments of what.
Well, now he might have had to go hunting afterwards.
The tassels on his jacket. It was Derek Carr.
From that commercial.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, the night's been a crazy night with the whole breaking news before the show. I don't even know.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting it. It broke like 10 minutes before air.
Yeah. So it was perfect timing to talk about it, but there's no really prepping for it.
Purdue and Ohio State tomorrow, guys. That's huge. So that's all.
How far does Purdue go in the tournament?
Pretty fucking far.
Do they win it?
They're in it to win it. They're in it to win it. I'll say that.
Fair enough. All right, well, what else you got?
That's it, man.
All right, well, hey, I appreciate y'all coming on and listening, and like I said, don't be shy. Get on here and interact with us.
Don't be scared.
Yeah, don't be scared. Hey, in Indianapolis Colts, send that text to Peyton Manning. Hey, we'll see y'all.
See ya.
And we're done.
Jesus.
They got